Hello guys, we have finally had the career mode deep dive video come out and the news pitch notes as well. So let's get into it. Let's cue that intro. Oh no, and welcome back to the FC25 career mode deep dive, and it's me Dan back again, and today we finally get it after it got postponed from Friday. It was supposed to come out Friday, but they switched it with pro clubs instead of this, so yeah, that was a bit annoying because I was like ready to go, you know, and then I saw, oh, clubs, oh, okay. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So let's click on here and let's show you off. So obviously, if you haven't watched the video, go watch the video. It's like 4 minutes long. You can go watch it. Well, I think it's like 4 or 5 minutes long. It basically goes over it didn't show much for manager career. I think it showed like only a minute of it. It's more about rush, you know, player career and icons. So not much about manager career, but obviously if you're a player career mode player, then obviously it's really good. I'm not gonna lie, player career mode does look really good this season. So yeah, there we go. So let's get straight into it. So obviously manager career, we've got live start points now, as you can see. If you haven't watched the video, we can now have live start points. So as you can see, you could start with Liverpool. Have they got a new badge, by the way, Liverpool? I'm not too sure. You can now start at a simple time, and obviously we've got women's career mode as well in manager career, so you can manage a women's team. So I don't know if I'll do the managers women's team just yet. I think we will do one eventually if we get bored, you know, down the line. We could switch it and do a women's career, and obviously FCIQ in career mode as well. So we've got team style and stuff like that. So let's go on to the manager career, and let's show you off the live start points and snapshots. So snapshots is basically a week. I think it's going to be like a weekly thing. So live start points are going to be like. Well, live start points is snapshots really, but basically, what I can get from it is, say Erik ten Hag gets sacked in December, that'll be a snapshot, or we lose to someone in the FA Cup. You know, if Man United lose to someone in the FA Cup, obviously that'll be a snapshot, I think. So there's going to be a lot, and it basically explains. We'll have the snapshots for the Premier League, the EFL Championship, which is pretty cool. So you could maybe do like a playoff run, change the playoff title winner, playoff winners or something. That'll be like next season, obviously in La Liga as well, and in Liga 1 McDonald's. So it's not called the Liga 1 Uber Eats anymore. It's called the Liga 1 McDonald's. I did know that, by the way, but obviously it's nice to know. And the Serie A got a new name as well. It's not the Serie A Tim anymore. It's the Serie A NLiv, and the Bundesliga, obviously, as well as the women's career. But as you can see, you can start fresh new season or live start points, and obviously start points are not coming out just yet. They're coming out later in 2024, so I expect maybe by Christmas, you know, we'll get some things, or maybe even before that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Christmas. So yeah, as you can see, we're kicking off live start points and snapshots later in 2024, so keep checking in for new season snapshots and game weeks right up to the end of the season. So we could start like a Man United career mode, and then obviously when we finish and start a new career mode, we could start that date. So say we finish the Man United career mode, we could go on to a I don't know, like a Real Madrid career mode at that certain date, or what, you know, at that certain snapshot date. So we could start in December with Real Madrid or something like that. So that's pretty cool. I don't think we will do that, but you know, it's nice that you could add that. So, you know, down the line, if you say, like I said, like if Erik ten Hag gets sacked, we could start again. Well, we won't start again, obviously, but we could go again. But that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is pretty cool. As you can see, more pictures, obviously. As you can see, game week changes every time. And they're also available in player career mode as well. FCIQ in career mode, obviously new tactical preset as well. If you haven't seen the new gameplay deep dive, it pretty much, you know, shows the deep dive as well. You know, there's player roles and availability. So obviously there's a new role, DLP, a deep line playmaker, or a central midfielder, and it basically shows. You know, each role will have each tactical preset will have a key role, and obviously it shows here. So obviously you got a couple yellow ones here. You've got the key roles here. So obviously like a holding, box to box, or target forward. That's all with the tiki taka, and as you can see here, I won't play the video because I don't want to get copyright. But so it's a refresh to the tactical presets, which is pretty cool, and introduction of player roles. That's pretty cool as well. And obviously we've got the coaches as well. It looks like we're not going to have just one certain coach now. Obviously in FC24 you pick a play style and you have that coach for forever. Now it looks like you can change to have different play styles. So you could have a tiki-taka or a gegenpress coach as well. So that's pretty cool. And obviously each coach basically helps develop each of the players. So yeah, so for most formations require one key player role per department, but allow more, which opens up new opportunities and dilemmas for managers. So obviously we can play, you know, maybe we could start a career mode with one play style and then change mid-season to a different play style, but we could have a coach who can do tiki-taka and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just pretty. You know, they've changed it. I liked it. I do like this new FCIQ stuff, but it's going to be hard to get. You know, to be well. I probably by the time September comes anyway. By the time we've done a career mode, we'll find out all these roles and stuff like that. So with this system, we want to offer more players more flexibility and more combinations between formation, tactical preset, roles, and coaching staff choices. So yeah, there we go. Additionally, you can also scout for player roles as well, which is pretty cool. And then obviously they've added the squad up as well. So they've added, the playmaker role. So as you can see, Foden here, he's got the wide playmaker plus. So that's the second version. So I think that's the so obviously you've got the play styles. So yeah, basic role and then the enhanced role, which is the plus plus. So it pretty much says here. And then the development plans have changed as well. Well, they've updated as well. So obviously the coaches have, instead of playing like where you have, I'm trying to think. So when you had the cam, you could have a penetrator growth, or you could have, there's totally different growths. But now, it'll go to a certain role. So as you can see, with Bellingham here, you could have half winger, shadow striker, advanced playmaker, or a half winger or a holding midfielder. So now it will go to that role. So I don't know if you could still switch player positions as well. So like you can go from a left back to a right back, or right back to a left back, or right wing back to a right back, or from a striker to a left wing, or to a left wing to a left mid. I don't know if you could still do that. It didn't really say much about it, but over time, players will grow like that, and that's pretty cool. They've added new press conferences as well, so this is pretty cool. So this will keep me on the edge as well. So now with the press conference and the morale sweet spot, as they say, in FC24, obviously with the press conferences and player interactions, you just said the right thing, and obviously the player morale will just go up to it, very happy. You can't do that anymore. You have to keep them in a certain sweet spot. If you go, keep saying the right thing every time, they'll just go into a complacent level, which is what it says here. They'll become more complacent. In that state, the mental attributes will be reduced instead of increased. So you have to keep them either happy or just in that sweet spot. You can't keep them over happy. If you make them over happy, then they'll start losing. They won't grow as much. I think that's what it is. I think. And obviously, we've also revised press conferences that ask the press about the new tactic choice, opponent setup, and the match statistics. Youth Academy as well. Obviously, if you are a manager career mode if you are if you do career modes where where you use the youth academy, obviously you'll look at this and you'll see, or you can now search more countries, and you can now search the positions as well, which is pretty cool. And then obviously you can search the player roles as well. So as you can see here, so that's pretty cool. And then you also get to play in youth tournaments as well. You can do that rush. That's where rush comes into the career mode. This is where the main, rush is the main thing that they're adding to FC25, and they've pretty much added it to everything. Clubs, ultimate team, kickoff, obviously. But I like it. You can play with the youth squad, and obviously you can develop there. Apparently, if you win the youth tournament, you can play. You can boost your youth squad. So if you wanted to do a youth academy career, then this is a really good way to earn your players' potential. And apparently, you can play the players as their full potential in this tournament as well, which is pretty cool. I think it says something here, or it's the next one, but as you can see, and then finally players look younger as well, and then you do all of that. And then obviously you also get the new edition of the women's team. As I said earlier, I don't think we'll go straight into that. No offense, but I prefer the men's football than the women's football. But obviously down the line, I expect we will do a manager women's team down the line. But obviously, if you do support the women's teams, then start off with the women's teams. There's nothing wrong about that. But obviously, I normally go for the men's team, and I expect we will go with the men's team at first. More than anything, but obviously that's pretty cool. And also in manager career, you can go from men's teams to women's teams as well, so that's pretty cool. And then obviously they've added more things as well. Quarterfinal, obviously rush. I'll tell you what, it does look good, this rush. Customization as well. This is pretty cool. As you can see, they've added a new game setting, so where you can have the simulation or realistic or stuff like that. It's basically like a CPU slider CPU slider and a player slider. I don't think I'd be using it personally. I think we'll just keep it on classic. Obviously, I don't want it to be hard, but maybe down the line we might do a career mode where it's stuff like that. Also, you can add, you can set. What can you set? You can set, what does it say? For players who to really challenge themselves, they can raise the difficulty of their save. So negotiation, strict. There's more settings basically before you start a career mode. But obviously we normally do this for relaxed experience. You can create a game, and where they can have a huge financial takeover, as it's just happened, where they won't get sacked. There's no scouting. That's what we normally do anyway. That's the normal career mode. I expect we'll be doing this one more than this one, but if down the line I want to give myself a challenge, then obviously we'll do that. And then obviously settings such as match settings, gameplay simulation settings can be modified with mid save. So we could change it between. You can change the settings mid season, so that's pretty cool as well. So you don't have to keep it on. I don't know. You don't have to keep it on the really challenging. If I start one of these and I find it really challenging, I can't win a game or anything like that, and I don't know. There's that anyway. Obviously they've added a new menu as well, so they've added like a task list thing where instead of pressing advance every time you see all the tasks, you have to do all them tasks, and then obviously you'll look at advancing. I'd like it, but I think it's just more button pressing. You just want to advance to the next game. Obviously with contract negotiations and stuff like that, that's pretty cool. It reminds you and stuff like that. I don't think there'll be much things. Obviously, it'll go from squad management to youth academy and other activities and all issues. So instead of emails now, it's just basically there, pretty much. So that's pretty much it. And obviously, they've added a social media thing as well. So you get player socials and team socials and stuff like that. And obviously they've added Fabrizio Romano as well, which is pretty cool, and media outlets like The Athletic, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is pretty cool to see, like the news, social feed and stuff like that. As you can see, there's more and stuff like that. There's Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. And that's pretty much it, really, for Manager Career Mode. Obviously, if you do a player career mode as well, you can do a player career with icons. Apparently, this will change. Apparently, there'll be updates to icons, so you could change. You could go with David Beckham, or you can go with Zidane, I think. I expect straight away, and Ronaldo. Not Cristiano, Ronaldo, Nazar, whatever his name is, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, I should say. And then obviously this new thing as well with player career mode, you can add an origin story, which is pretty cool. So you can have great expectation, you can have climb to the top, return to glory. It's pretty cool. I do like that they've added that to FC25. So again, maybe down the line, when we get bored of manager career modes, we could do a player career mode and choose an origin story, which is pretty cool. And then obviously player customization as well. It's more customization, which is pretty cool. And obviously women's football in player career mode, you can do a women's football in player career mode as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deep dive. Hopefully you guys will like this certain type of video. I normally do it when when a new FIFA/FC game comes out. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, they've kind of added, the new UI is pretty different. The new Rush mode is pretty different. The new the new Youth Academy is pretty cool. And whether or not they've changed it or not, obviously I still don't know because I haven't played the game. I have looked at leaks online as well. There's loads of leaks online from the beta. Obviously I think the beta codes came out like a couple of days ago. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But bit of a change. I like this position role. I like the new tactic stuff as well. Whether or not we'll get used to it is another question. It's just updated. I like that they've updated it because obviously from FIFA 23 to FIFA 24, they didn't really update much, did they, in career mode? In this time, they have. So you have to give them props to it. They have changed it. Whether or not it's the same is another question. Obviously, we can't play it until the 27th or the 20th if you get the EA Play, which obviously we'll get the EA Play. But yeah, I like it. Personally, again, I don't think much has changed. I like this new start point. I like the new FC IQ tactical thing. We can't really talk about the gameplay as much because we haven't played it. There is the new gameplay deep dive as well. I'll just quickly click on that and quickly show you. Obviously, you haven't seen this. This came out, 25th of July. It goes into the tactical revamp and the player things as well as the smart tactics and the FDIQ and all of that and player roles. So this is pretty cool. You guys can go read this on the FC25 website, but the video was pretty cool. Not much gameplay again. They don't really show much, do they, about EA? But obviously, down the line, once we get the game, we can play it. And fingers crossed, it will be good. So that is going to be it for today, guys. We'll see you guys next time. I don't think there'll be an FC25 video now. This is it. So obviously, we won't play it until a month's time. So, which is a month and 13 days, I think, on today's date. So that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.